friends, family, well-wishers, onlookers, bad billers, old high school mates. Welcome to the Road to 30 podcast. I know you've been waiting for this episode. We all have. And you know what? Life is about waiting. It's a big part of life, waiting. So I'm sorry to, kill your fun. Kill your fun time waiting. It's finally here.
Yes.
I'm with my guests.
That's just chaotic.
Oh,
But continue.
Oh, now we should take over.
Okay. The guests.
Well,
Hi.
hi.
What
Hello.
guests? Hi, guys.
How you doing?
So, as we always do you guys know whose voice that was? Let's see. Let's give you time to think about it. Do you guys know whose voice that was? You should. You should know whose voice that was. That was. Now it's your turn.
Oh, it's TMT. Hi. I'm from a little podcast called Submaroach. We just started. We're trying to find our feet, and
That's not true.
Started?
That's
we're just,
not true.
we're just
Yeah,
trying to
that is
figure it
not
out.
true.
We're trying to get like y'all.
Stop.
If you get past 103 episodes
Yeah.
and you're saying that you just started, us two are infants. So
True. Very true.
oh my days, welcome.
Thanks for having me, man.
Oh, always.
It
a
feels
pleasure.
really good to be here.
good to
Thank
have
you.
you here.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, so from the first day I found your podcast, I wanted to have the whole clan on,
Yeah.
and we will do that eventually.
Can't wait for that episode.
Yeah, like it's going to. I can feel how chaotic it will be already, but we're here for it. Hi guys, welcome to episode 151. A new beginning for us in a way of the Road to 30
Did you
podcast.
say what your podcast name was?
Yeah, he did.
I
Okay,
think I
he did.
He
Okay.
did. Isaac Hare.
Dolly here.
Yes.
TMT here.
Love it.
Was I supposed to say that?
Yes.
Yeah. It's a thing. It's
Because
a
I am
thing
here.
I'm
You are
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's good to have you here as well. How's everybody doing? How you guys doing?
Doing good. Oh, by the way, so you know the music videos that I said we shot last week?
Yeah.
So you guys, like, in the credits, right?
Wait,
I'm going to be
wait.
put as associate producer.
Ooh.
So like
energy.
yes.
Energy.
I feel so good about that. I thought, like, when I was putting the credits together,
Yeah.
I had put myself as production assistant because I was like,
Yeah.
then I sent it to my boss and he was like, change that to associate producer. And I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Yes.
Associate producer. Kill them.
Yeah. So you
Kill them,
guys,
kill
watch
them.
out for that.
Yeah.
And how has it been? It's been good, I guess. Raining a lot.
Yeah. It has.
It's raining
it has
a
been
lot,
raining.
which is irritating. I
Yeah.
don't like all this kind of rain. It's too much. But we're not going to work like that. Like, when I mean work like that, I mean we're not driving out as much. So
Yeah,
that's
fair.
helpful.
Fair enough. I'm still unemployed, so I can't relate. But yeah, I feel you.
Well, it's been a calm week. It's been
Oh,
calm.
good,
It's been
good,
nice
good.
celebrating 150 episodes, 3 years.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
so it's
you.
been sinking in. We haven't even shared a lot of pictures. We only just shared like 2.
Yeah, and we put our mics out there for you guys to see.
Our original mics.
Our original mics were
Our babies. Those
Yeah.
mics are amazing.
You guys should sell them as NFT.
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. That's in the works. That's
So
in
you're
the works.
using one of them.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's
the
actually
OG.
in the works.
These are OG mics. These mics have never failed us.
They actually
Even
haven't.
we've gotten ones after them
But these
that have
ones,
failed. But these ones, I
they've
don't
been
know.
here
They
from
have,
the beginning. They're
have
still
been
here. And they'll probably be here for as long as this podcast exists.
Ooh,
Yes.
I love that.
I'm sentimental like that.
Yes,
I love that.
yes.
You know what didn't make it to the shoot? My book though. This book.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. But maybe next one. Maybe
Is that a
200.
podcast Bible?
Yes.
Pretty much.
Yes. Pretty much.
From, like,
You can tell.
episodes-
Wow.
From the ruins.
No,
From episode
it's
36 till episode 100 and today
51
51.
Man,
Yeah.
it looks like a Horcrux.
I'll take that as a compliment.
You put your soul into it.
No, legit, my podcasting soul,
Yeah.
our podcasting soul is in this actually. Like you could
Yeah.
look through this and tell what we spoke about, when, and all that. It's really nice. It's really nice. How has your week been?
Yes.
Good, man. We launched this new podcast this week called Two Truths and a Dirty Lie. It's a history podcast. So I'm really excited. Yeah, I was really excited about
Sorry,
launch.
tell me more. What kind of history?
Just like basically we just dig into like the weirdest things that ever happened in human history. Like the last episode, we spoke about how the British tried to kill, the Americans tried to kill Fidel Castro 639 times.
Oh yeah.
One of them was with an exploding chocolate bar.
Oh,
One of them was they put like some chemicals in his scuba diving suit that would eat his flesh. He loved diving.
God.
There's a point where they put like explosives in the shells around the coral reefs where he would swim. Just the most random ways.
Wow, that is interesting.
Yeah.
Can you guys one day talk about the guy that they tried to be assassinated by using an umbrella or something?
Ooh.
So legend has it was some Bulgarian journalist who I believe is the Russians or so.
Yeah.
I might be wrong. But they
what?
wanted to kill him. So they got like an assassin who had put cyanide on an umbrella tip or something, or like something and he was in London, I believe.
Yeah, this was like recently, right? Like not
recently, but like recent. I get what I mean, like in the 6 yes.
7, 8 years ago,
and then they just kind of like passed by him and
and like touched him,
and then he died.
Wow.
They pierced him though, so it wasn't just like the tip of an umbrella, but there was something, but it was very little that you wouldn't even notice.
I feel you.
So the thing has always been about but nobody can really pinpoint for sure. But cyanide was in his system.
No one knows who was responsible for putting.
Yes.
I heard what you did there for putting it in. But yeah. I mean, people have accused the guy of putting certain things together, but on a lighter, you're afraid. You're afraid.
Let me tell you, something I just remembered. I just realized that I'm a little scary. Like there was when I was in A levels, I remember this story today, and I was just like, I was in A levels, and we had this in the building I lived in, called George's. We had this I don't know what to call her. She's like an RA, but she's not an RA because she's paid to watch over. She's like a matron, kind of, right? Yeah. To make sure that everybody's, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, house mistress.
So something like that.
Yeah.
But not really at the same time. It was, it's a casual school, but like, make sure that everybody's in at the right time, make sure everybody's out.
All those kind of vibes.
That kind of thing. And she was kind of mean. Like, so she was this kind of babe that she was young. And you would think that like you can have a good time with her because she would laugh with you. She would, but she had like mean streaks about her. You understand?
She was probably just frustrated with life.
Maybe.
And you kids were there.
And we're always, oh God, man, she wasn't the nicest person. And I know that we said a lot of mean things about her too. So there was a day, she was also a teacher as well. And we were in like this building, and there's this area where, you chill. Then the hallways like leading to different classes. So we're in the chilling area, and she was like in the classroom, like just right in front. And I can't remember what happened, but she just came and she said whatever. And she went back inside. I was like, guys, she heard me. She heard me, and she came out and she was like, what did you say? I was like, I was talking to she reported me to the vice principal. I was so nervous. I was like, people are going to kick me out of this school.
I'm not surprised.
I was like, people are going to kick me. I felt my conscience. I was crying. I was like, but now I was thinking about it. I was like, Dolly, why didn't you just chest the thing now? She was feeling bad guy.
I have an experience with that. I remember when I finally learned that if you say peace the opposite way is actually an insult. Like up yours. So up yours. So I said that to someone one day and I didn't mean it. So one of our like guys in our school, then this was back in college. So I was just walking and he was like, yo Isaac, how you doing? And I was like, yo. And so I didn't actually think there was anything wrong. And he looked at me and he was like, you piece of shit. And then he told me to like, they punished me, told me to like, do kitchen duty and all that.
I'm dead.
And I came back to meet the guy. I was like, what did I do? I was like, yo. And he was like, sure. And I was like, does that mean something else? And he was like, yeah. It means something. And I was like, I had no idea. But he had already made a big deal. Yeah. Everybody was already upset. Oh my God, how you do this? And I was like, this is where ignorance can technically be a defense.
Did he believe you in the end?
He did, because one, I was Nigerian.
Yeah, I mean,
I had never seen that before, and I wouldn't have done that and acted casual if I could have, to be honest.
Like how I said, "Fuck you."
Yeah, but I legit didn't actually know what that was. But
One day we'll talk about all those UK times.
Yeah, I know, right? I do want to complain about something that happened this week. I went somewhere to watch a movie, Doctor Strange, right?
Have you seen it?
Yes, I've seen it. I saw it yesterday. Yeah.
Same.
Ah, let's not spoil it yet.
Okay.
Oh,
No. I
But
told someone to shut the fuck up.
Like I had to watch it because of the number of people that were posting videos in the cinema. Like, come on. By the way, Nigerians need better cinema etiquette. I was at the cinema and this group of people behind me were talking almost throughout.
Same.
I almost lost my mind. Like at some point I was like, bro, do you guys mind letting us watch the movie? And it was almost like I was the odd one out because everybody that person seemed cool with them
Nah, I
complaining.
told them to shut the fuck up.
Like,
and the guy called me a goat. And I said, come down and say
Wait,
it.
were you guys in the same cinema?
No.
Or you guys just
I
happened
don't
to have the
think
same
We
experience?
just had the same
Yeah.
experience.
That
'cause
is so
that's the Nigerian experience. You always have
Yes.
to tell someone to shut the fuck
like
up.
at first I was like, okay, this is cool, but like halfway through the movie I was like, do you guys actually mind? But yeah, that wasn't actually what I wanted to complain about. I did want to complain about, I called these guys, I said, how much is a ticket? They said 4-5. And then I got there, paid 4-5, and then I'm leaving and someone tells me, oh, that doesn't come with the 3D glasses. Why would you sell the 3D glasses separate from the movie ticket and not tell people why?
Yeah.
They want to get more money from
Like
you.
I was,
You know, everything is always a hustle in this Nigeria.
Listen,
Everything is
it was
always
so
a scam.
irritating because I was already leaving the line.
Yeah.
And then the guy was like, oh, yo, that doesn't come with.
So how much is this? Is the 3D glasses now?
In the
1.5,
end,
right?
no, 600. In
Oh.
the end, I paid 7,100
Bruh, just
because,
to watch one movie.
like,
I thought it
That's
was 1.5.
almost so now it's like going to the cinema is not a luxury.
yeah, it is because I had to pay 4-5, then 600 for glasses, then 500 for a drink, then 1.5 for popcorn.
Thank God there is no movie that has excited me like that in recent times. Want to go to the cinema?
You do follow the MCU.
I do.
Yeah, so
That's
you
the
know
only
why-
thing I pay
yeah,
for.
That's why this is a big deal. It's
Yeah.
just like honestly, I don't even care about the new movies anymore. I just feel like I've put so much time into them.
You realize we've put like 11 years or
Oh.
so into this thing. It's
Into
like
Marvel, right?
it's at this point I just have to. There's
And then
so much
the
sunk
TV
cost.
shows and everything.
Exactly.
It's just, you just have to see it too.
Like
I get
I
it.
actually have to catch up because I don't know what reference will come in the next movie, and I
I
don't want
get
to
it.
feel.
Because like
Yeah.
if they do a movie like after what was the last movie that them from the Dan Brown books, right? So we had Da Vinci's Code and we had Angels and Demons and Da Vinci's Code, and
Yeah.
then if another movie were to come out, I probably would go to the cinema to watch it.
There's a
So I
TV
get
show
that.
out based on the
What's
lost,
the TV show?
the lost symbol.
Just,
What's it
okay.
called?
The lost symbol.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Is it
based-
good?
I had no idea.
I don't know. I watched the first episode and I was like, I don't know if this is good or bad.
My problem
Huh.
is when they adapt books to series, it never goes well.
Is it
Like-
Tom Hanks still?
No, it's this young, handsome. Do you watch Succession?
No, but I've been hearing everybody talking about
Everybody
this
talks
show.
about that. Apparently, it's really good.
Yeah, you should watch Succession. It's just he was a minor character on Succession,
Right.
but that's the only thing I know him from.
Ah, fair.
But yeah, no.
Yeah, I was just going to say I would try check that out and see.
Yeah.
But there's a show now that has been adapted, like a show that has been adapted from a book. You guys know the Alex Rider series?
Yeah.
Love those books. It's from this guy called Anthony Horowitz, right? And they tried to do a movie a
Yeah.
long time ago.
Yeah.
2000.
Yeah, and it wasn't
off.
great.
Was bad.
Right? It was bad. But
Stormbreaker.
like I had to just try and enjoy it because I really loved the book so much, and it was just nice to see like some kind of acting on it, but it was pretty bad. But now they've done it into a series. And I have to say, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's really good. The person that's playing Alex I totally see it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, this is what we needed. And I think
Fair.
the guy that wrote the book is also scripting the
Fair,
show.
fair.
So it makes sense. So you guys can check that out too. It's called
I think
Alex Rider.
that's the same thing that's happening with Percy Jackson.
They're making a series.
Yeah, Disney Plus.
Oh, okay, that would be
If
nice.
it's Disney Plus, it's a sell and it's a be good quality.
And like it's the writer as well. He has like massive input.
Oh, fair.
That's good.
Fair.
I
So
think
you-
that's always works that
He
way.
always complain about how like
They did the show, right?
the
The movie,
they
sorry.
didn't take any of his input. They just did what they wanted.
And you know those things always show.
Always.
The one that I did try to watch was this book called The Passage. I read the books. There were like 3 books about like a horror outbreak that turned people into vampires. Then I saw, I think is it CBC or FX or someone tried to adapt it. I watched the first episode and I was like, no.
What was the show called?
No.
Is it V Wars or something?
No. It's called The Passage.
Oh, they just called. When
like,
did it come out?
probably 2-3 years ago now.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's based off of these 3 books, right? I can't remember the name. I just know the first one was The Passage, then there was the second one, and the third. They tried to make it, and it was such a colossal flop. And I was so upset because it had like vampire stories and outbreaks and all this kind of stuff, but the reviews were just very, very bad.
I think the only not the only one, but like my favorite book to TV adaptation ever, and it's just like more proof of why film doesn't work as well as TV does for books. It's His Dark Materials.
Okay.
So that the film was The Golden Compass. I don't know if you remember.
Oh yeah.
I think it was Daniel Craig.
Yeah. Right. And there was this other, I can't remember her name, but there was literally a Golden Compass.
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
all this. Yeah.
And that's been adapted by HBO. Like I think the first season was 2019. And there was a season in 2020 or last year. I can't remember. And then there's one coming this year. And they're just 3 books, 3 seasons. Nice. Locked it up.
And but if it's HBO, you can be sure it will be good. Unless it's Game of Thrones that they're ending very poorly. But anyways, movies and shows.
You guys
aside,
enough shows so go and check out.
Yeah, so you guys can check them out. I always ask a question. Okay, but before I ask this question, where did I put my phone?
It's behind you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Let me read out my thingy for the week. So every week I give people motivational things to do. Or motivational statements. Speaker. Yeah, so that in the future I can start charging brands to tell them what they already
aspire
know.
To perspire.
Precisely.
Very important.
It is. Listen, it's a hustle.
Perspiring is very important.
It's a very lucrative hustle.
Don't sweat.
Well, good point.
Yeah.
Good point. So this one is from Marcus Aurelius. He said the best revenge is not to be like your enemy. So yeah. This goes out to Nigerian women who are trying to play they are trying to play the part of Nigerian men in being extremely wicked, and I don't think it will work out well for anybody. So please, my AP for the week, the best revenge is not to be like your enemy.
You just came for the women.
Who's the quote by?
That.
Sorry?
Who's the quote by?
Marcus Aurelius.
Is that the main character in The Gladiator?
I've never thought. No, it wasn't.
Okay, I don't know.
Okay.
No, it wasn't.
Just some guy, stoic.
Yeah, he's a Greek philosopher. Yeah,
sounds Roman, but let me Google him.
Good point. Is he Roman? Is he Greek? He probably is. No, I think he's Greek.
I like the quote though. That's a good one.
Yeah,
I like that.
And I specifically mentioned women for a reason, because the world is getting to a point where everybody wants to be wicked, and bro, we would all suffer for it. Anyways, so the question for this week. First of all, let me not attack women. I did have one question here that was, can you date a woman who earns 100K? Can you date a man who earns 100K? Let's start there.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you date a woman who earns 100K?
Honestly, Kevin Samuels died yesterday. So
he did. Oh my god. It's not funny.
I'm not even trying to. I just don't want to. I just feel like there's just some there's some malicious spirit just taking out guys right now that are talking about women. Like you saw what happened to Maya now with his TikTok.
And he died like I think he was with a woman who he met the night before. It's just like, I mean, I feel bad because I didn't want the guy to die. I always found him funny. To be honest, I mean, he said some ridiculous stuff.
I find ridiculous stuff kind of funny sometimes, but this whole thing that happened with him, you know what? It was just very.
I mean, he was also harmful. We can't forget that.
Yes, we can't. But at the same time, when death comes in play, you're not like
Honestly, Dr. Umar had the best.
I saw that. I was like, though we may not agree or some shit. I was like,
though I may not agree with your methods or your opinions.
Oh man, Kevin Samuel, may he rest in peace. That came from nowhere. I don't think anybody saw that coming.
It was so random because even when I saw the post, I was like, how? Where?
I think it was random because he was someone that like people actually wanted to die. They were like, can he just not be here? And then when he actually died, they were like, okay, wait, I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah. The last person that happened to was the lady who used to comment on runway show fashion. What was her name?
Joan
Rivers.
No, but people love Joan Rivers.
Yes, but at the same time, sometimes people were like, this.
No. Yeah, even though But people love Joan Rivers.
Yes, yes,
Joan Rivers was wildly loved.
Yeah.
Like people loved her humor, her just the
But
way
sometimes
she,
you'll be like this.
Yeah, no, but sometimes you'd be like,
Yeah.
But the most people who felt her death, like there were more people who felt like
Bad than good.
than good. Like this Kevin Samuels one has been just.
It was very I think it's legit a moment where everybody was like, huh.
Yes, that is. I feel like that was the reaction. Like, huh. I mean,
well, like, hey, like,
I never wished him death.
yeah.
Though,
Okay, let me ask a different question.
Okay, but the earning 100K though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I guess obviously, like, how do I put it now? Yeah, of course. Like, it's more than that, and the person obviously the person is not trying to remain there.
Yeah, I mean, there are more layers to the question.
Yeah, there are more layers.
But
So
I
maybe
would
we
ask
should-
another time.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like only rich people take jobs that pay them 100K. People from rich families. Yeah,
Because it's not about the money.
Yeah, because there's like a common quote in the UK: if you want to be a lawyer, you should either be from a rich family or marrying someone from a rich family. Yeah, because it's not going to hold you for the first like 10 years.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Okay. My other question then would be, what is one fear you want to get rid of? Have I asked this before?
I don't think you have.
Okay.
That's a good one.
What is one fear you have that you want to get rid of?
The fear of people not liking me. If you listen to my podcast, it seems like I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Which that took work for me because like I feel like just the way I was raised and everything, I was just constantly trying to please my parents and my family and everyone, and I had all these great expectations. And then I think along the line, maybe through uni, like just getting through my final year and everything, maybe law school, I don't know, but just something just broke in me.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, you know what? People will still like me if I don't bend over backwards to make them happy. Because I'm a person, I can.
True.
Yeah. So
True.
getting rid of that fear. I mean, and it's still there.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
tiny ways because it's a lifetime of conditioning.
Guy, tell me about it.
So that's it. That's something I'm looking forward to killing.
Yeah. I
okay.
like that.
No, that's very honest. Thank you.
What is one fear I want to get rid of?
Yeah, one
this
fear.
is such an interesting question because I've had anxiety for a long time.
Okay.
And I think my anxiety in the last maybe month has been pretty bad. It's worse than it has been in a while. So it's just a reminder that I've been dealing with this for a really, really long time. So there are a lot of things that I'm afraid about. But if I'm to say one, I think what I will just sum everything under is just the fear of rejection.
Ooh, okay.
I think that encompasses everything. Because I think that I've always had that fear of rejection. And the funny thing about it is sometimes I think that I'm over it. Like I remember last year when our family issues were really beginning to get a lot.
Yeah.
And I had spoken to, because my sister's introduction was coming and that was about to be so I had spoken to this woman who was a pastor and everything. I was like, I'm going for this introduction tomorrow. I kind of don't know how it's going to be, blah, 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 blah. And then while she spoke to me, we had a good conversation. Then she prayed for me. And as she was praying for me, she kept on saying, she said, I keep on feeling she kept on saying, you're not rejected. You're not rejected. She kept on saying it. She said, I keep on feeling this feeling of rejection. I remember when she kept on saying, I was like, in my mind, I was like, I thought I was over this. If this is still there, then oh my god, what is going on? So and that comes into my fear of failure, my fear of people not liking me, my fear of everything. I feel like it all falls on that feeling of fear of being rejected.
Fair.
So I want to get over that because I think that it's really holding me back. Yeah.
That's interesting. When I was writing down this topic, rather this question, I was thinking about all the fears that I had finally gotten over. One of them was death. I'm no longer afraid of death. If I die, I die. The other one was this whole rejection thing. So if you say no to me, it's okay. If I come into a space and everybody is like, it's fine. But the one that I've actually not gotten over, it's actually, I don't even know how to say it. Okay. But I have this fear, right? And that is that at the end of the day, there would be absolutely no meaning to anything. I feel the older I get, this isn't even about like anxiety or anything. I just feel like the more I realize, the more I look around, it's like there's just no meaning. Like all the things that you think you want to achieve, they're just meaningless.
This
like
is full on existential crisis.
something like that. And I think I live with that every day, because it's like, okay, you wake up today, what if you get this job and then that's it? Okay, fine. What next? Like that's a fear I have, like the fear that everything is just, I don't know, meaninless, that like at the end of the day you just live a life and die. And then it's like, okay, cool.
This reminds me of I think it was like 2017 Golden Globes.
Yeah.
And they called Jim Carrey to announce
Yes.
an award.
Yeah.
And they're like 3-time Golden Globe winner Jim Carrey. And he comes and he's like, "Hi, it is me. 3-time Golden Globe winner Jim Carrey." Not I do you remember the bit of
I remember what you're talking about.
I can't do it justice because it is so funny.
Yeah, it was when he went down that spiral and
he goes
became
down,
the crazy Jim Carrey.
He goes down the spiral and he's like, even though if you were to examine the entire universe, we wouldn't be a speck observable by the naked eye.
Ooh.
Like all this, it just means but it doesn't at the same time.
That part of getting to but it doesn't at the same time. That's like where I shuttle between. Mm-hmm. But that's really the fear I have. I have this fear that I would just end up maybe older one day and be one of those people who I'm just like depressed and it's just like nothing actually means anything. Like you're just floating through life.
I think you just need to, I mean, I'm not trying to say you need to, but like what I do for that is I try and find an anchor. Something to root meaning in. Yeah. And for me, that's sentience.
Fair.
Like the moment you have this sort of consciousness that helps you be self-aware and process emotions and the world and information and all of that, you can fully hold on to the fact that like everything in the grand scheme of life is meaningless. But like also
those things
you have meaning. Your life has meaning, purpose, joy, love, laughter, all of that. That's meaningful.
No, I get
and I wanted
you.
to add like when you were just talking, you know what it reminded me of?
Well,
the entire book of Ecclesiastes.
Right.
Because when you read through it, you can see that this guy is just like, everything is pointless. He's like, no, that's pretty much all he says. He says, eat, drink, and be merry. Yeah. Nothing else. Sorry, excuse me. Nothing else matters. All is vapor. All floats away. It's like smoke. And so he keeps on, he's like on this spiral of like observing the world and how humans behave. And how he said, like, examine this tragedy. A man has all this money, but he doesn't have anybody to pass it on to. So he dies. And someone who he doesn't know
takes all of
it. So he's going through all of this.
Yeah.
So like what he said, when he gets to the end of Ecclesiastes, he finds an anchor in something. Right. That anchor is now in God. And
fair.
in all of this, I guess in God we find that that meaning, because throughout he is just, and it can be quite a depressing book to read, but I think people like reading it because like it really makes you want to reflect on what life really is about. But like I get that it can be a very like spirally place to get lost in if you allow yourself to get lost in it.
I mean, that's the thing. I do try not to get lost in it. I think the closest thing that can describe it is, have you seen this movie Life? There's a character
on
in
Netflix?
there. It should be on Netflix now. It's like a horror movie kind of thing.
Oh yeah, the one with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yes. So Jake Gyllenhaal's character is something I can really relate to. He only felt alive when he was in space, looking down and knowing that, you know what, here I have meaning doing something. Like whenever he was back on Earth, it was just like, okay. Yeah, so I think that's one fear I would love to get rid of. But yeah, let's go into today's topic. Okay. So this is going to be a very interesting and chaotic topic. All right. So knowing your partner's past, how important is that? Because we live in a world now where everybody wants to know everything. And I mean, everybody is trying to move like, I need to know this, I need to know that. But how important is all that really? Anyways, before we go really deep into that, tell us about your live show. Because backstory, very important. We have been shouting live show for a while, and I don't know.
You guys, let me just say, because Isaac has been the one that has been hinting at this live show for a minute, and every time Isaac will hint at it, I'll just be like, oh my god, this guy.
But
because Isaac has really had hope that we're going to do this live show this year.
yes,
But me, I wasn't really having, I mean, in my mind, we'll do it this year, yes. But when he has been setting it on for, I was just like, Isaac is going to say this live show thing, and then this live show will never happen. Like, it's just not going to happen. So I'm scared. But yesterday or today, as a matter of fact,
was yesterday actually.
So you guys, it's real.
It's real.
It is happening.
Yeah.
It is happening.
No, you can swear on here. It's
Yeah,
fine.
boy.
Yeah. It's happening, you guys. It's happening very soon. Like very soon.
Oh, we don't want to announce the date yet.
Should we?
Can I answer for it?
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Please go
sure.
ahead.
It's the 3rd of July.
Yes.
2027. No, I'm kidding. 2022. This year, this July.
Oh my
3rd
Yes.
of July 2022. 3rd of July 2022. 3rd of July 2022.
You guys.
Yes. So, guys, our live show is going to be like TMT said on the 3rd of July 2022.
Yes.
That's a Sunday. It's going to be in Lekki Phase 1.
Yeah.
More
We'll give you guys
details. More
later.
details will be announced.
But yes. So
Yes.
Isaac had been to
I'd
Submarine and Roach Live podcast
Yes.
last year.
Yes,
Yeah,
which
I remember
really
when he was there.
inspired. It really inspired what I wanted to do for the live show. So let me give you guys the backstory. And this was the first time I had met TMT, right? And so what happened was I saw somebody on Tix Africa. I saw a program on Tix Africa, and it was like, oh yeah, there's a live show, blah blah blah. And I looked at it, I was like, who is Submarine and Roach? Then I went on Apple Podcast and I was like, oh, I've seen these guys before. They have like a submarine thing. And then I went for
What
the
an
live show.
interesting name too.
Yeah.
Yes.
The worst part was when you now see like the artwork on the like at the live show, you just see these guys in suits, and I was like, how does this relate?
How did you guys come up with the name, please? I want to know.
Okay, so Submarine and a Roach. I was listening to the Beatles at the time, heavy.
Okay.
And I also just seen this Richard Ayoade film called Submarine. And I just thought it was a really deep concept, just kind of being submerged in like deep, and you're just having conversation with people, like there are living people on the planet at that point. And Coach, my co-host with Maya, I wanted to name it Two Guys and a Roach. And we met in the middle. Submarine and a Roach.
Two Guys and a Roach would have been very awkward.
Yeah.
That would have been very awkward.
That would have been very awkward.
Because like the last two anything and a something was very wild. Very, very wild.
The two guys are going at the pizza place.
Well, not that one. But the other one. But yes.
The artwork was because the live show was called To Live and Die in Lagos.
Yes, it was.
Which was based off sort of James Bond titles where it's like Live and Let Die, You Only Live Once.
Yeah.
His Living Daylights. There's a lot of live in James Bond names.
Yeah.
What was the last one called? No Time to Die.
No Time to Die,
Yeah,
only for him to die at the end.
Wow.
Like, but I get it. No Time to Die, really.
No Time to Die. So we just went for that. That's why we had the suits on, blah blah blah. I think Coach had a pistol.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Wow.
Yeah. That was because that was my first interaction with the brand.
Yeah.
And I when I got to the live show, legit, I was like, what is going on? But I got the gist of it as we went along, and it was chill.
How was it like putting it together? Like,
was
and what was even the plan? How did you guys like first of all think, let's do a live show first?
We were just consistent for a while, and we spoke to a consultant who is a very, 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 very famous, like A-list Nigerian celeb that we shouldn't have spoken to, but we spoke to them, and we spoke about a live show, and they were like, "Yeah, you guys should do it." So we were like, "Okay, we'll do it," and then they were going to support us. But they ended up not being able to because whatever. Yeah. But we just planned the live show, and the thing is, my wife is a technical guy.
Yeah.
So he and Coach are like, they handled a lot of the technical stuff. And then Coach and I wrote the segment stuff.
Yeah.
And then on the day of, everyone just pitched in and we all just did stuff together. Like Coach was in Canada and he was like, there was literally someone walking around on FaceTime.
Oh.
And he's like, go left, let me see that. And everyone's
wow,
like,
that's commitment.
They mentioned it at the end of the show. It was really nice to see.
That is nice.
It was really nice to see.
I'm nervous. Like, I feel like I haven't been able to like. Isaac has just been handling like a lot of. Isaac has gone full event planner mode. I don't think I've ever seen him.
I have to add event planner to my CV.
No, for real. Like, because he's really been on this. And when I was just like, this guy is really serious.
No, it's event planning.
It is. It's way more stressful than I thought because I've been to so many venues, spoken with so many people, and there's one recurring theme. And it's in line with what I talk about a lot on this show. Lagos is one big money laundering scheme. Because I do not understand why a space is 700,000 naira for 8 hours. Why?
Yeah, it's insane.
Why?
It's insane.
And you look at the space and you're like, clearly you're cleaning money because you cannot be like, there is nothing here. Because
these spaces are geared towards like weddings.
Yeah, well,
and also the management has always been saying one thing. He's saying that they think that we're Yahoo boys. I think what he means is the climate now is about packaging and spending.
Yeah.
So all these places now are now geared towards like servicing that packaging idea because even the people that don't have it want to live like they do.
Yeah, which is messed
like
up.
they're like, you know what? All of you're all in the same boat.
Yeah.
So truly they think that we're all Yahoo boys. Now.
I mean, they do, which is it's sad because on people like me that are legit just trying to make a living, it's kind of painful. Yeah. But we did get round to sorting out most of the logistics now.
Yeah.
So live show is going to be on the 3rd of July. Please save the dates. Tickets will be released to the people who are
first to our newsletter.
Yes.
People.
And if it sells out, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've threatened you guys enough.
Isaac's threats are like.
I was going to I do have a date when I want the tickets to be released, but I would announce that on another episode.
Is your events planner, Isaac?
I know, right? Everything is just in the works, but we move.
So yeah, I'm excited.
I am too.
We're still working on it, but like, it's kind of like set in stone.
Ish. No, actually, no. The date is set in stone. The way the event will go, more of that, you guys will see. There'll be merchandise available. Yeah. And there'll be lots and lots of stuff to win.
And I'm looking forward to it, you guys. I'm going to meet you guys after 3 years.
Yeah, after 3 years. It's going to be really nice.
Please buy ticket too, because I'll be like...
Yeah, please buy tickets.
Please buy tickets, Sha. Please don't shame us.
Well, there's that part. Please buy tickets. Tell your friends as well. There'll be merchandise. There'll be food. There'll be lots of stuff to win. Just picture being in the same space as Dolly and I when we record. That's what we're going for, because part of why the live show took a while was because we're very intentional about how we want the experience to be.
Yeah.
So you guys would see when you come on the day, and then this is what do you call this now? This is a very long heads up because it's July. So please take your time, save. The tickets are affordable. Well,
I mean, they're not unaffordable.
No, but
it's not like it's affordable.
It's affordable, like, and it's going to be a good time for everybody. So show up, and it's on a Sunday. What else are you doing after church for those that go?
The best thing about live shows is also like you guys have built this community.
Yeah,
and it's nice for everyone to just meet each other.
Exactly.
It's like a physical Discord room and everything.
Yeah, I mean that's part of what the name was, but Dolly and I are still arguing about a name.
Name for the show.
Because I want to call the show a safe space. But I'm
not like against it. I'm cool with the name because that's kind of like how it's going to be. But like I was just thinking if we could come up with something that was.
She's the writer. I'll leave that in her hands.
Isaac, oh my gosh.
That's blackmail.
Like stop.
That's
it's
blackmail.
Real blackmail. Anyway, let's get to our topic, you guys.
It's blackmail, but I shall leave that in your hands.
It is.
July the 3rd live show. Yes, know your partner's past. We're getting to that stage. We're getting to that stage now where people want to get married.
Sorry, they are pounding yam with you guys.
I actually don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know.
I legit don't know. But anyway, come to the live show so we can afford a studio.
Right?
So yes, know your partner's past. What do you guys think? I have a couple questions.
Ask your first question, yeah.
As I always do. Oh my God, someone sent me a message this week. It was very emotional. Thank you. Yeah, it was about like the pod and all that stuff. Very emotional. I don't want to read it. It's personal.
I haven't seen this message.
No, it wasn't for you. It was for me.
Oh, it was for you.
How do you feel about that? Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Let me.
It's a personal message.
Yes, it was, but there's a part. There's a part I'm just going to quickly read, which really touched me.
Okay.
It was big ups to you for the questions too. You made a statement one day about meeting some Christians that weren't fanatic, but were so kind and cool, and they weren't trying to invite you to church and all, just showing kindness, and you saw Christianity in there. I always think about it. It helps me not to disrespect people's views, yet still hold on to mine. Now that's very important for me because I'm atheist in Nigeria, but I try to create a space that people see that it's not so much about what you believe, it's what you do and the love you show and all that. And to see that someone, I think I have, I legit think I have. And
tried, I'll give you that.
That might just be the anchor that you were mentioning, because I think that just might be it for me. As long as people see that life is about what you do that has meaning for others, then it's fine.
You've really, really tried. I'll give you that. You've tried.
Thank you. Thank you.
So you said we should give you your flowers.
Yes, please.
No, can you see that I have been a very staunch supporter of that flowers given to Isaac?
Yes, I can.
You see that I've been a
we have a florist over here.
But yes, thank you. So let me ask my first question. Should you tell everything about your past to your partner?
No.
Why?
Because it makes you cool. That mystery keeps on spicing the relationship. You can't tell everything. That's wild. You keep stuff, and then you make it like what's that thing? You know these TV shows where you're just watching, and every season something new. Like Mad Men. You see something, you look into Don Draper's past a little bit more every season. That's what you want. Yeah. So like the closer you get, you tell us, so when I was 14, actually, I was in a relationship with a 15-year-old for a while. It was wild. It was a crazy time.
Is this a real story?
No. I'm just saying.
Just making it up. Okay, but like, is there are there things though that you think? Yeah. So like, are there things that you think your partner should know though? So even though you don't think you should say everything of your past, are there things that you think are important to know?
I think everyone has different levels of priority in terms of like knowledge and what they should be aware of, and I think after a certain while, maybe like after 6 months to a year of dating, whatever they want to know is, unless it's like some deeply troubling trauma stuff.
I'll get to that actually. Yeah. I'll get to that. What about you? What do you think?
Okay, so I understand what he means by that whole thing of mystery, because low-key, like, that's kind of like how it has been with management. Kind of, he is just one of those people that like he will just tell you, oh, so one time I used to sell this, and I'm like, what?
You want that? You want to
like that. So sometimes it is always like so interesting. Like, what do you mean you used to? So it's always so mind blowing to me. But me, I've just always been, in fact, to be honest, I think I should do more of like keeping certain things like to chest. Because me, I'm just very like
open.
I will tell you everything. Like it doesn't even matter. I mean, there are some things, of course, that I won't just say instantly. But like I don't know. I've never really been one to not talk about my stuff. So I'll pretty much tell you everything. I think it doesn't even really matter like who you are in a way. Like it depending on the situation, I can tell you like something about me, right? Just off the rip. So I don't think I hold so much attachment in a way as to, let me not tell this person this. I think like what makes things personal with me is just a different level of, I don't know, I guess how like I perceive each day. I think that is now what is like much more intimate than most people will not know.
Fair,
but yes, I do think so. For me, it's never really been an issue. I'll pretty much tell you like whatever it is I think that you need to know.
The reason I attach time to mine is also like just naturally a lot of things come up the more you hang out and the more you get to know each other. So like at some point, whatever needs to be said is said.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it, Isaac? I feel like you always ask us stuff. Nobody asks you how you feel.
I deliberately ask so I don't have to answer. It's my way of hiding. But okay, I think when it comes to telling someone everything, I don't believe in that. I think there are some things you should die with, right? And I also think, like you said, maybe after a while, time frame. So initially when I meet you, maybe you can see a little bit, but then maybe if we're going to be together for 1 year, then yes, you can see all that. But then if we're going to be together maybe 2 years, 2.5, then you can see maybe a little bit more. But then also there's the fact that you might not remember everything.
Yeah,
there might
so
be
there's
some
that too.
scenarios where it's like, oh, we're doing this today. Oh yeah, so this happened in the past, and then that pops up and that pops up.
I think I wanted to add, like, I think the things that I don't really share with people are maybe things that, like, I might still be ashamed of to a certain degree. Or, like, maybe, like, and it's not only if, like, it's not only if maybe we've gotten to a certain point that I might now tell you. Like, I remember a deep conversation that management and I had a while ago. It was a time when he was just telling me, like, some of the thoughts. Maybe like some thoughts that he was having, like, towards somebody, because he was so mad at the time. Right? And I was just like trying to just say, you know, human beings, sometimes we just have like some of these thoughts. It just comes up, like, you know, that's just how it is. Then he asked me, he said, what are some dark thoughts that you've had? And that day, when he asked me that question, that particular day, I had a very, very dark thought that morning. So when he asked me, I was just like, and it was so hard to say it, because I was just like, oh my God, like, cause even me, I was so ashamed about it. But I did say, now that thing that I had, I can't open my mouth to tell no. I know, don't worry, I can't even open my mouth to talk it. I can't open my mouth to reveal it. So yeah, like, there are some things, if I don't say certain things, it's probably because, like, I'm not really, like,
that's a whole
that's
a whole conversation that we might have eventually about what are those things we tell ourselves that we can't allow people to, because I see it all the time, and this is where Twitter becomes a very dangerous place. There are some things people tweet and I'm like, you should keep that. Like, even, you know, this joke, even Batman will not beat this out of me. Like, there are some things you should die. There are some things you should die with. Okay, but let's flip it. Are you guys on the, like, do you guys think that you can demand to know everything about your partner? Like,
no.
Yes?
I'm not even interested. If you're not interested in telling me, I'm not interested in knowing, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, just from the basics, I just want to know that, like, we're here together. I'm very much about being present. I definitely like to talk about futures. But past stuff is just, that does very little for me.
Okay, so I don't think I can demand to know everything about my past, my partner's past, but I feel like I should know some things. I won't demand it out of you, but I feel like if I find out certain things not from you, it could be an issue. You understand? So, like, I won't, like, just say, oh, you must tell me everything, but I would expect that, like, you should tell me everything. I don't expect him to tell me about every single person that he has ever slept with. Right?
I was even going to get to that. That's
I don't expect him to tell me that, but I do expect that you would tell me about significant situations in the event, right? Especially, like, maybe if we're in the same surrounding. You never just want to be somewhere and then someone is coming to come and tell you about the person that you are with. It's like,
do you know your boyfriend was in the army?
Right. Do you understand? Like, do you get it's not it doesn't feel good. And I wouldn't want him to feel that way either. So I wouldn't, like, not keep you informed about certain things that I feel like let nobody come and embarrass you or make you feel, even though I feel like he will be able to, like, you know, hold his own, but still, like,
sometimes it
can you imagine? Like, can you imagine
you
that?
as a person and someone's like, oh, so, you know, have you pulled that hair yet? It's like, wait, what?
Do you understand? Like, it's weird.
Or has she told you about the time we went to Paris or something? You're like, what? Those kind of things are
and then other things that I'll give an example of is also, like, maybe if something really, especially if you've been with the person for a while and you guys are, like, really together. If something major is happening, okay, this is about your past, this past, not present. But I guess I just wanted to say, if something is happening major in your life, maybe with something that is really on your mind. I feel like if you don't share that with your partner, that's a problem.
Okay, hold
we'll
that.
Come to that, but that's different from. So, but yeah, you guys get my. There is
the next question was going to be a long. Can you demand to know for everything? But we've spoken on that. So, how much should you actually know? Right? There's this concept that I saw. Let me look for it. It was a very interesting concept, actually. It's something, retroactive jealousy. Right? So retroactive jealousy is quite common, and it occurs when someone gets jealous about their partner's past relationships. People suffering from it can't stop thinking about how their partner's relationship with their ex people suffering from it can't stop thinking about how their partner's relationships were with their exes, and then they start spiraling at one point. So now this is an interesting thing, because the next question is, how much should you actually know? Like, what would you be like, okay, you know what? I'm getting to know you. I need to know this, and this, and then I'm cool. Or how much would you say, okay, if I know this, then I'm fine. I won't be thinking so much about what I don't know and all that. Oh, wait, let me answer the first question before you guys do. So for me, I think you cannot demand to know everything about your partner. But it's just good to not be caught unawares, because it's like, there are details I should know about from you at least, or if I don't know from you, I shouldn't be in a position where someone else is telling me.
Yeah.
I mean, I think just with the way, especially like, I'm 29, and I feel like you get to a point in your life where it's just going to happen. Like, you're going to be somewhere with your girl, and you guys have been dating for like maybe a year. She's not going to know everything. She's not going to know every single person you've had a thing with. Something's just going to happen. I'm going to be like, oh yeah, that did happen. Like, 4 years ago, I forgot about it. And she's going to be upset. And vice versa, it could happen to you.
Yeah.
And you're going to, you might, I don't think I'd be upset. I'd just be like, don't you think that's something
that
I should have done?
Right.
And then she would have been like, how would that have come up naturally in conversation? And you two be like, fair enough. And then keep it moving. Because life is like that sometimes.
True.
Yeah, and see, I feel like you can excuse something like that. Yeah. Like, I feel like you can excuse that, like, when you realize that, like, it's not like this person is just trying to, like, put you in a place where, I think you can always tell if you are not a jealous person.
Yeah.
Right? Because jealousy, I was watching this somewhere, and someone was saying that, people think that jealousy is a sign of love. It really isn't. It's like you really don't trust this person. It's an insult. That's what the person said.
Or like possession.
Yes. Yeah. So if you're not a jealous person, if your partner is, if you will know when, like, oh, this person is not intentionally putting me in a place where was just trying to hurt me or did not know. Sometimes you might just end up in a room where people that you've been with are there, and maybe you didn't realize that was going to happen. Right. And I feel like if the person knows that, like, I really did not know, and the person understands that, I don't think that it will be too much of a major issue. And I also think that's one of those things that when you catch it, like, if you get there, you're like, you just see like 5 of your exes in one spot.
Sometimes
I feel like you just take your person to the corner and you're like, okay, so
I went somewhere.
So 2019 was a weird year for me.
Exactly.
I've legit had that experience before. I went somewhere with this girl I was seeing, and then 2 of my exes were there. Ooh. And it was people I was cordial with, but I had never mentioned to her. So it's like, oh, who is she? And I was like, well, I have to be honest here. And then it was kind of awkward, because it's like, if you have a good relationship and you haven't mentioned it, now it's like you're putting me in a position where it's like, but yeah, sometimes life does catch you.
Also, like, I feel like it's important to let people know that, like, being jealous doesn't make you less of a person. Like, you can be jealous. It's just very important to check yourself. Before you wreck your relationship.
True. Yeah. So when I say like you're a jealous person, I don't mean like, oh, you had a stint of jealousy this one moment. I mean that, like, just every little thing, it is a constant. Yeah,
oh my God, where are you?
Oh, who are you talking to in the
like, oh, who is she?
Oh, what? Yeah. Like,
oh, it's constantly who are you talking to? Who you texting?
Honest, it's very easy to fall into that space. I think when maybe you don't trust when you really don't trust the person that you're with, that's when it's very easy to just become like a really jealous person.
Or sometimes some people just project jealousy when they are cheating.
Possibly.
And there's that too.
Because it's like, oh, well, I'm doing all this and you don't know, so what could you be doing that I don't know?
I mean, there's that. There was a question you asked, basic things that you should know.
Yeah, like what are the things that you guys would want to know?
Some of the things that I would like to know. I would like to know at the very least how your last relationship ended. I like.
Oh yeah, that's so easy. That's like first week.
First week, first date.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like to know how your last relationship ended. I feel like I should not know. Like you should let me know how it ended. I feel like I should know about like significant relationships in your life, like relationships that meant something to you, either in a way of you really love this person, or I feel like I should know those significant things. I also and I think that it's always important to know some of those things sometimes, just to really understand and establish where is this person at, like with you, because patterns too are important to know. When you understand, like, okay, so this is the way this person has been moving in past relationships, so how is it going to move in my own relationship? I think that is part of due diligence to be no, it's true. It's true.
All the tech stuff I hear about due diligence is like, you need to do due diligence on the partner. It's mad.
Guys, to do it's part of due diligence. I also think that, I mean, what else? I can't think of like some of these things. Okay, so maybe if you have you have done something in the past that is kind of like coming to bite you somehow. That is becoming maybe a major issue now. You understand? What else? I just think that like they're just certain like major things that I should know. It might not be at the immediate start, but like I feel like at certain points, like after we've reached 6 months, okay, now there are some things that maybe you did not tell me before
that you should be telling me
tell
by
me now.
What would you add to that?
I feel like she added to what I said.
Okay, but what else would you like to know?
I think mostly for me it's never really who you've been with. It's like what you want out of a relationship, because that's like something people don't really talk about.
Good point.
So people just enter and it's vibes, and that's fine. Like that's like a, what's the word, is it like a
situationship?
Or a fling. Situationship, at least you guys, it's a good situationship can last months, but like people have like full on flings. Like I've had things where I would meet someone and we have like an amazing weekend, and then by like Monday, by the end of like a serious conversation, you're just like, oh wow, we don't really like have the same trajectory.
We're trying to do different.
We're trying to do very different things.
I feel you.
That's pretty much it. That's like I care more about that than
and to be honest, I think that will inform on the kind of things that are said in conversation.
Well, true, because then where we're both going to determine how like, much I'm willing to. Because sometimes initially I used to be of this vibe that if you just want to sleep with someone, it doesn't mean you shouldn't be nice. But at the same time, there are things that you should withhold in a sense if you're not really trying to go the full.
Exactly.
So you don't leave them on, right?
Yes. Because
the thing that really confuses me about that though is where each individual draws the line.
I think people just have to have boundaries, man.
But you see, when it comes to the boundaries, sometimes certain people's boundaries are different. So for instance, if I want a friend with benefits, right? The kind of person I am, you don't expect me to be calling you to check up on you regularly. I mean, I would check up on you, be like, okay, how's everything going? How's your day? Is it cool? But some people would rather you don't even do that. They will say, you know what, let's just keep it at a boutique call and that's it and we're good. So balancing those things is kind of where it gets tricky.
I think it's just like also like access to the person. So if you're not a checking on the person and they don't expect that either, then maybe it's just WhatsApp. But if it's someone that you want to like, check in on once in a while, like just, are you okay? How are you feeling? What's up? Just have them on Instagram.
Well, true. And then you just double tap a story.
So just have a boundary and have a way to enforce the boundary.
True. Okay, well, for me, I think I did write down some things I would like to know actually. And one of them that you didn't touch on is traumatic experiences.
Oh God.
Please let me know the kind of traumatic experiences you've been through so that it would inform the kind of jokes I can crack. The kind of places that we can go. Because I have had in the past where there are things I find funny and sometimes your partners are like, that's very traumatic. And in those moments, you don't know. Sometimes you've cracked a joke, you've laughed. And the next thing somebody has been like, and you're like, what's wrong? And it takes 2 days for them to tell you, oh my God, I went through this. And so it would be good for me to know traumatic experiences.
I agree with that. I think that it's good to know, especially the person that if you are really like serious with someone, it's good to know about past traumas, because like the person will act in one way sometimes and you might not get it. I think it will help you understand your partner better. And I even think that like it makes the relationship stronger to know those things, because like people who are really suffering mentally out here. Yeah,
we are. Nobody wants to talk about it.
You know, when I don't know those things and then I'm reacting a certain way, and then it will not be like, oh, this person is not in your own mind. You're like, this person is not understanding me. But you didn't tell me shit. So how do I know? And then meanwhile, that just reminded me of one crazy man.
What did he say something and you were like, really? And he was like,
no, let me tell you what was so annoying about the whole situation. What was annoying about it was I had told him of this situation that had happened. Told him, just told him, you know, because I was like, oh yeah, this guy is cool, whatever, crazy guy. Then he now sent me like something on Twitter one day of the same situation. But like, I don't know, and he was laughing about it. And I was like, bro, like, why are you sending me that? And then he's like, what? And I'm like, why are you saying? See, that's why, you know, I've spoken about this guy before. This guy this is the craziest man I have ever. I regret this situation. Oh my God. Wow. Anyway, then he's like, I don't know. Then later on, we have a conversation, and I'm like, why would you like, you know, do something like that? I've told you about this thing before. Then he now started gaslighting me. 4 minutes ago, I had never said anything. And I'm like, yeah.
Man.
That nigga crazy. He's still crazy.
Another one I would like to know. This one might be
commenting on my picture sometimes.
So today.
That's what I'm telling you. That the guy is crazy.
Isn't that harassment?
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, but isn't that harassment in a way? You know, I've always wondered what the boundaries of harassment are. I feel like maybe when I have money, I'll do a documentary on what exactly constitutes this harassment thing. Because sometimes you break up with someone and then 3 years later they're on your pictures like, oh my God, as like women, like, oh my, double tap and it's like, oh, you look cute and put a hat. It's like, bitch, leave me.
Trying to blow
my like, exactly, like, leave me alone. But so yeah, another thing I would like to know is, in your past, were you the one who cheated or were you cheated on? Now that's very important because character building, right? If you were cheated on in the past, then it means that this could be a means for you to maybe cheat on me to get revenge. I don't know, but we all have to be very careful. And then if you were also cheated on in the past, it would mean that I might have to do extra to earn your trust. And I need to know that ahead of time because I don't have the energy. Or maybe you might want too much. I might not want that much. But then if you were the one who cheated in the past, I would need to know that so I can be like, so I can know exactly.
No, I don't mean why. Like, I mean, like, why?
Yeah, I'll need to know why, and then I'll need to be able to mentally balance it. So it's like, okay, in the past you did this, so let me also, just at the back of my mind, I trust you, but I just know you've done it before, so I have to, you know, just
a way to just determine if like it's something that could happen again.
And then another one I would like to know, I saw this thing on the internet once. It wasn't funny, but it was on a meme page about this girl who was having sex and then passed out, and the guy thought he was going to die and he thought he was going to be arrested because he thought she was dead, and it turns out that it was a medical condition. And she, like, you know those people who when they come they faint. Please be telling people those things ahead of time. Listen,
no, but it's true.
But it's a real thing because
the person be afraid.
When I was reading
next thing you know, you wake up and you're inside the dustbin.
Listen,
because the person is so afraid. The person doesn't scared your body.
Hey yo.
So now this time around, they throw you in the ocean. So now you really wake up dead. Like
no, but you know, yeah, it is 100% a real.
It is.
I really need to know any medical conditions you might have. There was a girl during my listen. There was a girl.
I was just thinking about like how she would even find out she has the condition, because imagine she's just masturbating, she just wakes up and it's like 8 hours later. And she's like, huh?
Oh my god.
No, but legit, it's a thing. So the thing was, when I I can't remember. It was probably one of these Instagram meme pages, right? And people were talking about crazy experiences. And this guy mentioned that, they were going at it. She was moaning and everything. And next thing, she just like fainted. So he thought she was dead. He started panicking. He was sweating, everything. He didn't know who to call and all that. And then while he was sobbing in the corner and all that, she woke up. Now, I cannot come back from that.
No, I don't think so.
Like, we're done. So I would need to know ahead of time if you have those kind of conditions. I was talking to a girl once and she mentioned, when she's having sex, she cries.
Okay.
Like when it's like when it's really good. And
okay,
I'm like,
true. So, like,
I need to know so you don't come and hit me with an assault suit later on when at the time you clearly enjoy. So those are things that I think one should really tell, and as soon as possible, really.
Medical condition is a good one. Yeah, I think so too.
Let me see. What else do I have? The other ones you've mentioned, things like why you're passing. Okay, another one I would say is your sexual health history. Now, that's very important because there are some diseases, once you get ones, they don't go, apparently. And then once you've had them once, you're like prone to them. Yeah. So I need to know if you've had like maybe a UTI or something.
A UTI?
Yeah, no.
UTI is
tract
not
infection.
But like, okay, well, maybe not UTIs, but
UTI is something, and
it's natural.
Very, very
it's natural.
common, and
it's
it
very
happens
common. But things like
girls get UTIs from not peeing after safe
sex. Yes. Okay, not those ones, but I've heard of some things. I can't remember. There's this staph or something. All those kind of things that you just need
Staph can come from anything, kind of, not anything, but. It's very easily. You might even be sleeping on the bed of someone that has it, and it would just like.
And it's just come?
I think so. Please don't quote me, but I believe that staff can just like.
Anyway,
it's
just be good
but
to
I
know
feel
certain
things, some of these medical sexual stuff.
history. Yeah. So those ones are kind of important. Okay. Now on a personal level for you guys, what do you want to know? Like on a personal level, like
what do I want to know?
Yeah, like what would you want to know about your partner?
Personal level in what sense?
Like just you as a person, what would you want to know about your partner?
I mean, I feel like I've pretty much said everything I'll be about the past.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Let's flip it. What wouldn't you want to know at all? Like even if we're together, like don't tell me, go to your grave with it. Take your time. Is your face for me?
I'm so stressed out.
No, but think about it. There has to be something that your partner would do or has done, and you're like, "Don't bring this up. I don't want this conversation. Let's just die with Think about it. There has to be something.
Truly, we live in the light of the world. But there's some people that just live in the dark. And I'm not even saying this in like a truly, I don't judge. But I'm talking like leather. Like chains.
That's not your thing?
No, I mean, that's fine isolated with partners. But there's a like community lifestyle furies. Just like, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Just like going to dungeons.
You don't want to know that stuff?
I would invest in that stuff.
True, no, that stuff is okay.
What I mean is you don't want to know if your partner is into that.
No, even being into that is fine, but like I mean like that stuff, but then on this sort of group level.
Like when you're part of a community.
I don't want to know if my partner has been in an orgy before.
I don't think I want to know that either.
Yeah.
I don't think I will want to know that.
Like,
the only time I want to know that is if this is like a regular thing for you. Like, because if this is a regular thing, then I want no parts. No. Honestly speaking. Not because, it's just not.
This is wild.
It's just not. it's just not. And to be very honest, I feel like it's one of those things where first of all, I won't want to partake, but you want to continue to partake. And like it will always feel like I can't be
there for you.
Yeah, like I can't give you that. So I would want to know so that I just know to generally just back away slowly. But like you see, if maybe it's been one time, you can keep that to yourself. Except if like maybe something sexual or whatever. I mean, you could mention.
I want to know. I want all your sexual needs. I want to know.
Yeah.
The act of waking up, brushing your teeth, doing like your workout, your yoga, just taking care of yourself, driving to an orgy.
Orgy streets. Like you're excited as you're getting ready to go.
And I'm not judging orgy people.
Yeah, it's not.
It's just like
it is mind blowing to
personal
me.
boundaries.
Like 3 songs, 4 songs. I just don't want to know about any of the songs. Keep the songs to yourself.
Oh my days.
Wow.
Things
Wow.
I would want to know certain dark things though that you're capable of if you tell me that, so that I can decide if I want to be in it or not.
Yeah.
Like I would say that I was telling him earlier that I was rewatching Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Right? And I was saying how like first time I watched Breaking Bad, I used to be so mad at Walter White's wife. Like she was such an annoying character to me. In fact, that's one of the reasons why I did not want to rewatch Breaking Bad, because I was just like, oh
Yeah, she was.
I'm going to have to do it. Like, but then as I'm rewatching it, I'm like, even though she's still annoying, it's still like, I mean, she was married to a chemistry teacher as far as she knew. And she was very okay with that life. She did not sign up to be trap queen. Like, you understand? She didn't sign up for that life. Now, if I'm with someone who I know is capable of that, if that were to happen, I'll be like, well, like,
You did say.
I mean, it's not like I'm surprised.
Yeah,
you understand?
yeah.
So I guess I can, so I would want to know certain dark stuff. I want to know if you've killed someone. Yes, please tell me.
I
want to know before we go far.
Well, true.
Do you understand? Before we go far, it's not like maybe like
Imagine
years later,
someone
and now
springing
find out
that
that
up on you.
sister that you said died.
Yeah,
you were the one that killed her. Yeah, I don't want to find that out when we're like 3 years into marriage.
I'm conflicted. I wouldn't really want to know if you've killed someone.
I think I would want to know. Please tell me.
I wouldn't want to know.
I why?
Why?
I cannot. Like, I think that's the end of the relationship.
Also, I want to be surprised when you kill me.
Well,
yeah, I don't want.
Well, actually, that's true, because I don't want to be with someone that I know. Yeah, you could actually kill me. Like,
I want to be like, oh, okay.
It's like, oh my god, it's you with the gun. Wow. Like, oh my
That's
god.
crazy.
Like, what?
I'm so done. Oh my god.
Oh no, this is wild.
Like, what? After all we've been through.
No. I think I need to know. I feel like I realized recently that I'm one, and I think it's part of my whole like fear thing. There are just things that I need to know so that I can prepare myself for it.
I think
so. I might not judge you.
Yeah,
I might not even, if you tell me initially, but I don't want to fight. I don't want to be shocked like that. Like, I don't want to be shocked like that.
For me, one thing I wouldn't, I get your thing about the whole orgy thing and all that, but I think I would want to know, because I would want to know what you are capable of sexually, because I don't want to one day wake up and now you feel this urge to bring other people into our bed, and now it's like, oh, I'm not, like, oh, I'm not on the same vibe. Just like it's like, oh, now I can't satisfy you. Now you want all this. Like, let me know where your spectrum.
The funny
ends.
thing is, people's spectrums change.
It does. It does. That's also another one. That's another one. I think another thing I wouldn't want to know.
I might not be too against knowing, Sha. Like, I mean, I said I wouldn't want to, and I probably wouldn't, because it would make me. I might not want to. I think it would be best if you keep that from me.
Imagine
like, and I said, if it's one time, or if it's like a one-time thing that has happened, even though like I might not necessarily like it might not change the way I look at you per se, but like you can keep that from me as long as you can, right? You can keep that from me as long as you can. I wouldn't be mad.
Imagine if she wants to kill you, but she's killed someone first. Like, oh, this shit again.
Yeah, well.
Oh my days.
Exactly.
Yeah, here we fucking go.
It's like, oh my god.
No, but I want to know I want to know the kind of person what you're capable of doing.
Are you going to shoot me or stab me like the last time?
Relax, calm down. She's holding a gun.
I don't think I will fare well as like one of those wives who like wakes up one morning and finds out that her husband is a whole CIA agent who has been like keeping the passports, extra passports and money in a case underneath your floor.
The John Wick kind of lifestyles. I don't really want.
I don't want a lifestyle where I'm just thrust into it like all of a sudden. I really don't want that.
I don't like when people fuck around with my element of choice. Like you wake up one day and now you're telling me, you've been on the run from the Russian mafia or some shit. We have a life together and I have to up and leave, and I don't want
that. Was a big.
Change your name.
That was a big film plot trope in the 90s.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I think it's because of the whole Cold War thing.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, it
people
was the
were
Cold
like,
War thing.
Activated spies.
So people were like,
it was very relatable.
There
at
was
the
even
time.
a show that was out a while ago. It has ended now for a few years. The Americans.
Oh yeah, that was one of my favorite shows of all
Love
time.
the show. Love that show.
Of
But it
all
was
time.
very dark though.
No, I loved it because it was also very plausible.
Yeah.
Very like
Because
it was so
I think it was
it's
based
based on
off of something that had happened.
It's based on a real couple.
Oh,
Yes,
shit.
yes,
Yeah.
there was a couple.
I read
Like
about
if you
them.
remember, this was like in 2010
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
They had found out all these sleeper agents.
Yeah.
But they had been deactivated for a long time though, because the Cold War had been done for a while. But they were in America, so there was a whole exchange. So like this couple, like these two boys, I think they had the children.
Yeah.
They had a party the night before. I think their parents were not around, and they drank alcohol like illegally, blah blah blah. So the next day, all of a sudden, they see police, FBI just coming into their house. And at first, the guy is afraid because he thinks, "Oh man, because of underage drinking, you don't realize that your parents are not."
For all the times I watched and enjoyed that show, I legit didn't think it was based on a real
Oh,
couple.
yeah.
The way it
so
was
it was
done-
that couple is based on them.
Ah man, that was a good show. I'm trying to think of something else I wouldn't want to know about my partner. Okay, you know what else I wouldn't want to know? I wouldn't want to know I wouldn't want to know the specific details of your past
Sexual encounters.
No, sexual encounters are fine because the specific details will tell you what your partner likes. But like specific details of past situations where you were like, is it the person in where you were wronged and you reacted very dramatically? Now, not killing someone, but things before, like, you know, when women just show up at a date and they pour water on you and all those kind of things. I wouldn't really want to know the specific details of that, so there can be drama in our own relationship.
Okay,
Because if I know the specific details, now I'm like, oh, you don't like this, so I have to be extra careful. Like, there's almost like a straight jacket I have to wear because like, oh, you already know that this was what happened before. But it's like, okay, you were wronged, fine, keep that.
Isaac, you know I'm crazy. That's what you say. You know I'm crazy.
But you know, women say that all the time.
Yeah.
And it's very scary because
I don't like when they say that.
yeah, because it's almost like they've warned you and then now they're about to act and that's why they're telling
Also,
you.
I say, man, you can't say you're crazy because
Imagine a guy saying, you know I'm crazy, next thing the cops are
Nah, nigga, like you're crazy.
exactly.
I think it was like Donald Glover said he had this stand up back in the like 2009 or 10, and he was like, you always hear about crazy babes, like guys always like, bro, you remember how Sharon, she was crazy. He was like, but you never hear babes talk about crazy man.
No, it's because it seems like
he says because if a babe dates a crazy man, she's dead.
yeah.
And I was like, shit.
Yeah,
True.
it is true.
Yeah, it's true.
And I think that like guys sometimes like that crazy shit. That's the funny thing about
I
it.
don't.
But a lot of guys like try to peddle. I'm not saying like it's a good thing, but I'm just saying that
You
some
know
guys
what?
like to peddle like that whole like. It's like some guys like to bask in toxicity sometimes.
No. Do you know what our definition of acceptable toxicity is?
What's that?
It's, oh, I'm at the restaurant and they gave me the wrong meal, so you can shout at the waiter. That is the height of toxicity. We'll hide behind the
Maybe
woman
for
while
you,
she scolds them.
Like, baby,
But,
stop,
like,
calm
oh my God,
down.
babe.
But I
He's
think
just doing
that
his
some guys get
job.
carried away sometimes by the sex. So if the sex is really good with the babe,
Yeah.
and she's beautiful, right? If she's beautiful, the sex is great. I think some guys will excuse some
100%,
some toxic stuff. But for babes, like it wouldn't, like, because like you said, like a crazy guy and a crazy guy is.
But you know,
No.
society sort of has normalized crazy women in
It's
a sense.
weird.
That's what I'm
Especially
saying.
Americans. Like, I
Americans
see videos
are
all
bad.
the time. Like, you see this lady, imagine you buy a car and someone writes cheater on it. How is that acceptable because I cheated?
but it's also like, it's not just America, it's the entire world. I think it's just like reality TV kind of.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, those videos where you just come home and you see the guy's stuff all on the floor. And like, how is this acceptable?
No, I've dated someone, and no, I've dated someone who directly did this, and I've talked to like women I've been with or dated, and they've all like kind of said it's true. But there was this show, I don't know if you guys ever watched it, was on Oxygen, it was called Bad Girls Club.
Oh, I know that. I never watched it, but I know about it.
Literally, if you do top 5 most chaotic reality TV shows of all time,
Bad Girls Club.
Bad Girls Club might be number 1 or number 2, one of them. And Bad Girls Club was peak when I was in uni. Peak, that was like the peak season like 7 or 6. And literally, whenever that show came on, girls would act crazy in real life
just because
to guys they were dating.
Yeah.
No, you know.
Okay. Oh, like it was influencing like the way
The guy, she'd be like, I'm fighting with my friends more. I'm fighting with my significant other more.
wow.
And it's Bad Girls Club. And I watched it and I was like, I don't see how this would influence anyone. But it's like a guy you never understand. But like, it just gets ginger.
That's why I could never like watch the show, because like in my mind I'm like, do I really want to just watch a show of like babes fighting like all the time?
You know,
I don't know if I want that. What was even the point? The point was just to be bad girls.
Yeah, no.
Just
the point is to feed the darkness.
There you go. I don't want to get
it's madness. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine once. He sent me this video. In the video, right, the guy was, these pranks where you play a prank on your girlfriend to see how she reacts. So he must have played a prank on her, and then she slapped him. Like, when you don't expect it to go that way, and then she slapped him. So as soon as she slapped him, the video ends, right? So my friend sent it to me, and he was like, imagine if it was the other way around. And I was like, fair enough. I don't think you can react like that as a guy. And he was like, point exactly, but you just literally didn't complain about what she did. And I was like, Think about it. Have you ever seen a prank video where the guy was like, "Oh my god, babe," brah.
Yeah.
But then you see it all the time where it's like, "Oh my god."
So you know, like what I've gleaned from a lot of the reality shows that I watch, especially like all the ones of them throwing drinks and things like that. So this is usually the cycle. I think like it is people that really like toxic relationships. So you have guys who constantly cheat. Right, you understand what I'm saying?
They just want drama.
They constantly cheat, knowing that their girlfriends don't like it. Right?
Yeah.
So they do it. Then the girlfriend is throwing their stuff around.
Yeah.
Right. And then, like, I'll give a good example. Jocelyn.
Yeah.
That's a good example. Jocelyn, like, first 6 seasons, Love and Hip Hop. That's like, that Jocelyn doesn't play. So you see Stevie J, who would cheat, do crazy stuff, and then she's throwing his stuff around, maybe kind of hitting him. Yeah. Then he will go back in the relationship, then still cheat again. So it's almost just like
circle of love.
Yes, and then the thing about it is that and that's why I'm saying that you see, women will try not to stay with crazy niggas because of what that could entail. Yeah. But some guys, I think, like it because it makes them feel like, this girl really, like, she likes me so much, right, that she's ready to, like, go crazy for me.
Yeah, that's the rationale often.
That's the rationale. Yeah, so which is why, like, a lot of times you might see the babe being the one throwing around the stuff. The guy so you're asking yourself, why is the guy still there? It's because he's still getting his outside.
Yeah, but he enjoys...
But he enjoys the... Maybe even the makeup sex that comes with it afterward. It's crazy. It's toxic. Very bad.
This world is weird, man.
Very also, what you said about men slapping women in pranks and everything, or women slapping men, it's also like, man, it's how we've been socialized.
Yeah,
we're stronger physically. You're not supposed to hit a woman.
Yeah.
Also, like, women go through a lot, man. Patriarchy, all that bullshit.
Yeah, true.
Periods. True. They deserve to. Yeah, I let them have the slaps. It's the least we could do.
Well,
I think it's the least we could do.
I personally am on the vibe of no one should be hitting anyone.
I agree.
No, I agree.
But I do see an argument.
Yeah, I'm just like,
but I see your point.
Yeah. But man, I mean, just give them the slaps, right?
Just like, please.
That's fair. I'm out of questions. I think we've come to the end of that. So
a very natural ending, I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel good about this.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you. It was one of those ones, wasn't it?
It was.
So just some things at the end that we always do.
Okay.
So yeah, all the songs that we recommend you can find on the Radio 30. Sign up to the newsletter. Now you have a reason to, so that you can get the inside scoop on
I'm sorry you guys that the last
show.
newsletter came late. This girl was tired, yo.
It's fine.
But
we forgive you.
Thank you.
So like, share, leave a rating wherever you listen.
Please leave a rating. Please leave a review.
Yeah. And also listen to
Submarine and Roach.
Yeah,
listen to Submarine and Roach. Submaroach on all socials. It's your boy TMT. I'm out here.
SUBMA.
Yeah, TMT. I was waiting for you to say that.
Yeah, TMT is clutch.
Yeah, why didn't you say that all day?
Yeah, I don't know. I forgot.
Sorry, spell the social media handle.
It's SU
Do you feel under pressure?
BMA underscore ROACH. Hey!
Thank you so much for coming, man. All right, so song recommendations. What would you tell our listeners to listen to?
I really like Please Do Not Lean.
Okay.
By Daniel Caesar right now.
Oh, that guy still sings.
Yeah, man. It's got this really dope 90s break. And I like In a Loop by Bodge.
Bodge said he doesn't want to take food anymore.
No, man, dude. It's tired of you guys. It's tired of you, nigga.
Man, Alte. So, that's even try. Was at the GT food and drink thing. That was really nice. Although I am starting to get fed up. Why is food so expensive? It's like, why is it so expensive? It's getting out of hand.
It's getting out of hand.
So for me, in line with this conversation today, I'm going to throw back a song. I don't want to know.
If you pay me, keep it on the low.
Because my heart
can't take it anymore. Oh man. The early 2000s was a vibe.
Okay? It was. But just in line with this conversation, please don't. Like, there are certain things
but who is it by? Sorry, I can't remember the person who sang it. Mario. That was Mario, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was it Mario?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was Mario.
Mario Lopez? Mario something?
No. Mario Lopez is the extra guy. The guy with the... No, that is kind of
Mario Winans.
Yes, that's the one. Mario Winans. Yeah. I kept thinking there's Cici Winans. Right? That's someone else.
The Cici
gospel singer.
Yeah, because I was just thinking. I believe it's Mario Winans. Let me check that Spotify. Yes, Mario Winans. And the other one is Power Trip by J. Cole and Miguel.
That's a good song.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my first one is Heaven Sent by Keisha Cole.
Sent from heaven.
Yeah, that's another crazy.
Yeah.
No, that babe is quite. Actually, she did a Bow Wow one time. I like Keisha Cole though. Yeah, and then like in the end, and she was throwing eggs on his car or something like that.
I don't.
My days.
I don't.
Actually, did Birdman too.
I don't see enough of that in Nigeria though. Like eggs and people. Also, we don't really have the environment for it. If someone throws your clothes out and there's pothole in front of your road and there's water, like that's enough reason for a divorce. There's no coming back from that.
I mean, there's always coming back. People come back from the wildest shit. Really? Especially married people. Yeah, married people are
married people come back.
Marriage is inherently insane. So them going back is just it doesn't surprise me.
Okay, my second one is OMW by Asian. I'll spell her name ASIAHN, which is a really cool song.
Okay.
So OMW means on my way, but OMW is like how you find it on social media. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be on your streaming platform. And then the last one is Yardman.
By
Yardman intro in bracket by Young L. I've recommended some songs from this album like since probably like last year, like every now and again.
Yeah.
Every time I listen to the album is actually really nice. I don't know this Young L. I have never listened to any album by him before, but this album, it was nice.
Hey, Young Girl. All right. So yes, live show July the 3rd live show July the 3rd.
Yeah, see you guys there.
See you guys all there. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be good vibes.
It will be.
And yeah, I think that's it. Thank you so much for coming, TMT.
Thank you for coming, TMT.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so this was fun.
This was a pleasure.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Part of our goals for the next 1 year, we want to work with more people in the Nigerian podcasting space.
Same.
So yeah, because there's something they say about something. Man is an island.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't grow in isolation.
Yeah, the aspire to perspire guy.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember it. Yeah, no man is an island and you cannot grow in isolation. Something like that. But anyway, that's just I said what I said part of things. Anyway, guys.
Shout out to I said what I said.
Yeah, shout out to them. Alright, so yes, see you guys next week.
Peace.
Peace.